As we rapidly approach the fall of this system, we come into contact with a glaring reality. The systems around us are exploitative and extractive, and most importantly, they're temporal. Our infrastructure, our logistical supply chains, our dependency on oil, all of it, it's not sustainable. And your ancestors, they knew this. They didn't need the Bible, they didn't need Galatians chapter 12. They inherently knew that this time that we're in wasn't gonna last forever. So I wanna share with you an indigenous prophecy, and it's called the Keepers of the Fire. Fire doesn't just stand for warmth, it stands for civilization, it stands for community, it stands for identity, and most importantly, it stands for sovereignty. And our ancestors knew that those who would be able to survive this timeline would be keepers of the fire. Quite literally, people who could start a fire. This prophecy talks about 4 different fires. The first fire is the original spark. You can think about this as the original blueprint to our society. It started with the right leadership of man and woman. Without the leadership of our amigos and our Oktugi, we could have not organized our mound complexes. Without our Tastanagi, anything we built could be destroyed by enemies. The first fire is social order. Fire. This is the fire that dimmed over time. This is the dimming of the first fire. This is when we became internally divided. This is when we became dependent on banks, dependent on foreigners, walking around with 2 different names, self-hatred. Instead of practicing our sacred sciences, our sacred medicines, our fasting rituals, we adopted a cultural orientation that wasn't ours. The third fire, I like to think of it kind of like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the conscious movement. This was the turning point, the fire of rediscovery, which takes us to the 4th fire. Is ancestral. This is when ancestors of the first fire quite literally incarnate into the children. This is when the language that people thought was just dead spontaneously comes back out of nowhere. This is when things get so bad, the only way to survive is to keep the fire. You can kind of think of it like the test of all tests. False fires wither away. The children are receiving visions. Our planet organizes herself once again. Bloodlines are redeemed. The 3 sisters are planted once again. Corns, beans, squash, and everything that was lost is finally retrieved again. Right now, we're ending the 3rd fire and going into the 4th. Gather your seeds, gather your tools, and be prepared for what is to come. There will be no Walmart or McDonald's. It'll be you and your ancestral memory.